Well, who knew? Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and we're talking, of course, about all the news coming down from the BBC about Doctor Who. After almost a year of rumors that Jodie Whittaker would be stepping down after this season of The Doctor, it has been officially announced. And despite the unlikelihood of the producer going at the same time, Chris Chibnall said that he and Jodie had agreed that they would do 3 years and then both step down at the same time. So we will be without Jodie Whittaker and without Chris Chibnall at the end of 2022. Now, the plan of the shows for this coming series will be 8 instead of 10 programs due to the COVID pandemic that has caused some delays in production. And there will be then 8 programs in the series and then 3 specials in 2022. Now, the 3 specials will all be, of course, of varying kinds of adventures, but the 8 specific episodes are going to be, for the first time in Doctor Who history, a complete story told in 8 episodes. Now, Doctor Who used to be in 4 30-minute installments, and so it was always an entire story in 4 episodes. This time they're going to make a entire story in an entire season, which turns out to be 8 episodes, but not 8 half hours, 8 hours. So it is somewhat of a change for the way Doctor Who has been done. And it follows along with what we have seen in other series, from Picard to Game of Thrones to just about everything these days. Now, with that, we also know that we're probably going to be following the timeless child that was introduced in the end of the last series, in which the Master told the Doctor that she is in fact the timeless child, which came from another place and became experimented upon to create the race of Time Lords. Now, that means that she has unlimited, as far as we know, unlimited regeneration power, and has had many lives before the 12 that she knows about. Therefore, this is eye-opening for her, and no doubt the arc of the upcoming series is going to be finding out whether, first of all, if the Master was lying to her, or if where she actually came from, and what that means for her future. Now, there has been some speculation that there will be a number of actors playing the Doctor as multiple regenerations would occur, and I'm not ruling that out. The only thing the BBC has said that the last of the 3 specials in 2022 will be a regeneration special. So all of the 8 episodes of the regular series will be a single story arc, and then the 3 specials, first 2 will be on who knows what. The 3rd special will be the one where she does regenerate and whoever the next Doctor is. Now, there's already been a lot of speculation. We won't talk about it now as to who the next Doctor would be. John Barrowman suggested someone who's become kind of the front runner in the British betting. But the fact of the matter is that the BBC has always been closed-mouthed about these things, and we won't know until they make a selection, and that probably won't happen until mid-2022. Despite the fact that there has been a lot of criticism on how the writing and general production and general outlook of the show has been, the fact that Jodie Whittaker might not be just the best person to play the Doctor, considering her background has been more in melodramatic parts, and light comedy is kind of what you need in order to do Doctor Who. So she's never been put to the forefront. That also could be a problem of just not being able to give her enough exposure, crowded upon all of the assistants who seem to get more screen time than she did. it has been a lackluster time with Whittaker as the Doctor, and I'm not ready to place the blame squarely on her, squarely on Chibnall, or squarely on the writers, although they probably all had some contribution to that. However, by 2023, if the BBC decides to continue on with Doctor Who, and I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, it's a big moneymaker around the world. It is. We'll see a new producer, a new doctor, and perhaps a new outlook on the character and the stories. But one thing to say about all of this is, of course, that Jodie Whittaker has had the 3 seasons that Peter Capaldi had, and that is kind of the norm for most doctors. They would be 3 to 4 years on, all the way from the beginning, with exceptions for David Tennant and Tom Baker, who stayed a little bit longer. So, who do you think the next Doctor is going to be? What did you think of the Jodie era, the Chris Chibnall era? I'd like to see it in the comments, what you think about that, and what direction you think that the show should go. I would say that probably going back to the more science fiction-y elements and less of the Earth history elements would probably be the best way to go. They tried it with William Hartnell, and it didn't work back in 1962. I don't think it works so well in this age, and so I'm thinking going back to pure fantasy would be the right way for Doctor Who to go. You can agree or disagree with me down in the comments. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We will be covering all of the Doctor Who episodes as they come about, and the specials, and we'll keep up with the news on just what the BBC is thinking about as to replacing the producer, the star, and the program's direction in general. So, until next time, when other news permitting, we'll talk about the Comic-Con revelations of last week. Don't go far.